Well, it was definitely a big game tonight in the kennel, with first place in the WCC on the line as the Gonzaga-Bulldogs hosted the hated St. Mary's Gaels. The kennel, of course, was rocking tonight for this heated rivalry game. The Zags jumped out to a hot start in this one with a 7-0 run, and they actually held St. Mary's without a field goal for over 6 minutes of game time. But then the Gaels would get rolling thanks to Mitchell Saxon and Aiden Mahaney, and the Gaels would eventually take the lead on Joshua Jefferson's jumper, but Nolan Hickman would answer, and the Zags led by 1 point at the half. The second half was tight the whole way until Jefferson steps back and buries the three to put the Gaels up 5 with 2.5 minutes to play. Ben Gregg would counter with a tough rebound finish right here, but the Gaels would be able to put this game away with 48 seconds left as Augustus Marshallonis gets left alone by Anton Watson and knocks down the three. However, it appeared Mahaney stepped out of bounds on that pass. However, St. Mary's goes on to knock off Gonzaga 64-62, and the Gaels take a 2-game lead atop the WCC standings. With more from the kennel, here's KREM 2 Sports Director Travis Green.
Well, Andrew, earlier this week, the Gonzaga players told us they expected this game to be a battle, and it delivered. It was exactly that in the latest installment of this heated rivalry. But in games like that, the game winds up a little bit more in the officials' hands, evident by tonight. The final 2 minutes, there was probably more time spent on reviews than there was on actual basketball. And let's just say on those reviews, the Gonzaga fans were not happy. So much so that trash was thrown onto the court. But in the post-game press conference, Gonzaga was pointing the finger at themselves and not the officiating.
That's a hard game to officiate right there. Those are two teams that are going at it. They're physical. There's a lot of, I thought they did a nice job of just calling the ones they needed to call and letting the guys play.
It's going to be a physical matchup anytime we play them. At the end of the day, you got to control what you can control and just continue to play hard with great energy and great effort. It's just how it goes sometimes.
At the end of the game, guys got to step up and make shots, and they were able to get on a little run when we took KREM out of there. I thought that was kind of the big key. We tried to protect them with 4, and they went right at us and got some baskets that kind of ended up providing the separation.
With tonight's loss, Gonzaga falls to 7-2 in conference play and is now tied with San Francisco for second place in the conference. As for St. Mary's, they're now a perfect 9-0 in West Coast Conference play. Reporting from the kennel, Travis Green, KREM 2 Sports.
Obviously very disappointing seeing trash thrown on the kennel court tonight. Travis, thank you so much. The Zags will look to bounce back Wednesday night at home against Portland. That's all for sports.